Hello friends, today we're going to talk about the story of a young man who fulfilled his dream with LeBron James. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a like. If you've already subscribed and liked, let's get started. As the sun began to set, the golden light reflecting off the streets of Los Angeles merged with the shadows of basketball players on a crowded park court. A young man, Malik, 16 years old, was controlling the ball with ease. Basketball had been his life, and his dream was as big as his love for the game, to play in the NBA and be like LeBron James. That day, as Malik neared the end of his training session, he noticed a group of cameras nearby. Curious, he walked over, and then he saw him. LeBron James, standing near the edge of the park, chatting with a few local journalists. Malik's heart started to race. He couldn't believe his eyes. He was standing just a few feet away from the person he admired most. Dribbling his ball, Malik slowly approached and, after gathering his courage, called out to LeBron. "Hey, LeBron, my name is Malik, and I love you. One day, I'm going to be just like you." LeBron looked up and smiled. "I'm glad to hear that, young man. But what are you doing here, you practicing alone?" Malik, with his eyes wide open, replied with excitement. "I'm here every day, always working on my game, but sometimes, life gets tough. My family struggles with money, and school can be hard. But one day, I'll be in the NBA, just like you, LeBron." LeBron was moved by Malik's words. The young boy's determination reminded him of his own childhood, working with whatever he had, pushing forward despite all odds. LeBron walked over to Malik, placed a hand on his shoulder, and said, "Dreams are powerful, Malik, but remember, being a great player isn't just about talent. It's about putting in the work every single day. Show me what you've got." Malik's eyes lit up. He set the ball down on the court and began his routine. He dribbled quickly, making smooth, confident moves, and shot the ball towards the hoop. Despite the rough conditions of the court, his skills were undeniable. LeBron stood there, watching in awe, as Malik effortlessly performed moves that would impress even seasoned professionals. LeBron, clearly impressed, finally spoke up. "You've got talent," he said. "But talent needs the right environment to grow." Without a second thought, LeBron pulled out his phone and called his manager. "Make sure my car's ready. We've got a special guest tonight," he said. An hour later, Malik was on his way to a famous basketball facility in Los Angeles. He could hardly believe it. LeBron James had personally invited him for a special training session. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. A week later, Malik's life changed forever. Not only had LeBron arranged a training camp for him, but scouts from major NBA teams had started to take an interest in him. Malik continued to work harder every day, following LeBron's advice and refining his skills. Slowly but surely, his reputation grew, and eventually, he became known as a rising star. A year later, as Malik stepped onto the NBA draft stage, looking out at the cheering crowd, he spotted LeBron in the stands. The sight of LeBron clapping for him was an honor Malik would never forget. He had made it. His dream was no longer a distant fantasy. And years later, as Malik's name echoed throughout the world of basketball, he never forgot the moment when, as a young boy, he shared his dream with LeBron James in that Los Angeles park. That dream had become a reality, and it was now inspiring countless others to chase theirs. The story ends here. If you want to create stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.